Hey everybody, welcome back. David Yon and the lovely Miss Lady Pop Hunter here with another adult collector type discussion talking about basically or posing the question of whether or not comic book dealers and subsequently toy dealers rip you off. Do they rip you off when they buy your collections? Yes, they do. And thank you for watching. No, I'm just kidding. I know that's the automatic response.
Yeah.
A lot of people feel that way, and I'm going to reference what started this particular discussion between the two of us, and now of course we're sharing here, is Alex the Comic Hoarder, who has a channel here on YouTube, and please do go ahead and check it out. He put up a video where he bought a collection from an elderly couple, and he had noticed at his LCS, because now we use acronyms now all the time, but local comic shop. He was at a comic shop. Dealer was out at their trunk, walked away, and he saw an opportunity. You know, I would have done the same thing.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you got? I mean, are you selling these? What are you doing? And it was a pretty decent collection of Silver Age stuff. It was some, and he shows the collection because he did end up buying it. Yeah. Nice stuff. Hey, what are you trying to get for it? They had been put under the impression it's worth about $650, and he says, I can come up with $700. I can do $7. Will you take $7 for it? And they said yes. They made arrangements. He picked up the collection and asked a question. If you don't mind, and I'm paraphrasing a little bit. Again, I refer to Alex the Comic Hoarder's channel to, go ahead and see the actual video for yourself. The question was, what did the guy at the comic shop offer you for that lot? He told him it was worth like $55. I can probably scrape up 55 for you, basically was the response. And it's like, you're kidding. Seriously? And Sticky Goose did a video on this as well. Yeah. And you can check him out. I recommend Sticky Goose's channel as well.
Yeah.
And he talked about this in one of his videos recently. So that is a pox on the entire industry. This is the kind of thing that people are always talking about when they talk about people ripping you off. Not everybody is Justice Curry. And we know Justice Curry. We've had him on the channel.
Yeah, we've bought stuff
from him before, because he does toys primarily, but he'll buy a collection. But he's known for being very fair.
Yeah. And
very reasonable when buying out collections. He cherry picks and resells. But there is that whole mentality of the unscrupulous dealer. It's like, and he's just going to burn you and screw you. And he gets pleasure out of how tight he can squeeze.
Yeah.
And we have seen plenty of dealers like that. We've seen people like that in the toy industry and the comic industry. But that's not everybody. But those bad apples really stand out.
Yeah, they spoil a whole bunch. And the thing that makes it really bad is the dealer, be it comic book or toy, doesn't matter, or the person.
Or any type of collectible.
Yeah, the person that screws a person over and then comes around and brags about it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, I was at these old people's house, and they had this...
people like this on YouTube.
Yeah, and just being out and about at shows. Oh, I got this. They had a basement full of stuff, and I offered them $100 because, I told them that, this is old, it's dusty, it got a dent, it's got mold down here and all kinds of stuff. I got them. This figure right here is worth $1,000. And they do it, and they brag about it, and they're so happy that they've screwed somebody over. And it's like, what kind of person are you?
And why would you showcase that and expect customers to take you seriously?
Yeah, and why would you want to be known for that?
And there was one also, I'm not going to say who it is because I'm not trying to get into a feud, a well-known toy dealer who does a lot of shows around the country. Okay, if I threw the name out there, you'd be like, no. But he was on Facebook, and in a thread, he brought up that he bought out another dealer's collection at a show, valued maybe around $28,000-$30,000, but he got him. He only paid $2,000 for it, and it's like, why would you brag about burning somebody? And I'm supposed, you're going to mark this way up, and I'm supposed to take you seriously now.
I mean, okay, let's say that is your MO. You go around and you gouge people and you screw them over. Why do you want to be known for that?
Yeah.
Why do you want that to be your reputation? You know, and I think about things like that, and that's why I couldn't sell anything. You know, if I was hard up on cash, I'd just keep it. I'd do something else.
Yeah.
But
and a lot of people don't
like
want to
that.
deal with selling things themselves.
Yeah.
It's a headache. eBay, Macari, they're a headache.
Yeah.
Whatnot is a headache.
It is.
It really is.
And I understand
Yeah.
if you go to a dealer and you just want to get rid of it. Look, I got 8 long boxes. Give me a $50 each. You can have it. And you got like $50,000 worth of stuff. You made that deal.
Yeah, you made that decision.
You made the decision. That's what you want to do. I don't want to be bothered. I want it out of my house. Okay, that's one thing. But if you're honestly trying to get some money, you say, well, if we go to a comic book shop, they know this stuff. We think we're going to get a lot, or we go
I'll
to
go
a
to
toy
a professional.
Yeah,
He knows what he's doing.
exactly. Now, we did see one video, the total opposite. I can't remember the name of the channel.
I know the one. He was in New York, right?
I don't know where it was.
Oh, okay.
But this young boy came into the comic shop. His granddad died. Somebody died. And he had the person had the comic books in binders.
They were in like blue folders or something.
Yeah.
And he recognized the folder, I think.
Yeah. And the boy wanted to just sell them, and he's looking. And the guy is like, man, guy, you have literally hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of stuff. I can buy it, but I will not give you that much. But if you go to Heritage Auction, they'll help you sell it and get the most for your money. And the guy hooked him up with Heritage.
Yeah,
and Heritage
he
was
brokered
like,
it for him.
Yeah, Heritage was like, oh, we've been looking for this collection for years.
It was the missing half of a well-known pedigree collection, apparently.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So you don't have that person all the time.
Yeah.
That guy was honest. He knew the boy had a lot of stuff and helped him out. Because he could have been like, okay, I can offer this boy $20,000. He'll be happy.
Yeah.
I can keep
Won't know
some
the
and
difference.
still sell and get tons of money for what I don't keep and just sell it in the store. But, you know, I don't know. I think about reputation, and I think about, you know, how you screw people over, and I think about why would you want to be known as this, just, I don't know, nasty person that does this. And why would you brag about that?
Just
what
like
kind of person are you?
Money grubbing person. And there are things to consider, of course, if you are a seller, in all fairness, and why often they can't offer you but a certain amount. You know, they might not have the capital.
Yeah.
They have a lot of expenses to consider because they've got to pay taxes. They've got to pay, if they do listings, they got to pay listing fees. They've got to deal with shipping. They've got to buy shipping supplies.
Yeah.
They've got storage to consider, you know, because the space is also valuable. Transportation, you know, if you ran back and forth, you know, we've bought some comic collections before, and there was some travel time involved.
Yeah.
You know, you got to drive around, there's gas, there's things like that. You know, all that adds up. So, I mean, they can't give you top dollar all the time.
Yeah, and that's understandable. But if a person says, you look at the person's collection, and you know one book is $600.
Yeah.
One book was $600. And they had, I think it was 8 boxes. And out of those
I
8
forget.
boxes, one book you saw, because you glance real quick, and you're like, oh man, I know what this is.
Yeah.
You already paid for it.
Yeah.
Pay the person. The people said, I want $650.
$650.
Oh, I'll give you 6. Take 6. Give the people the $600. Take the book and Go ahead on.
$55. That's my new thing. Everything I want for $55 now. How much is that? $55. Yeah, I'll give you 55 for it. But
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I love a deal. Y'all watch the channel. You know, I want me a deal. I want to get something for nothing. I do. I love deals.
Most people do.
And the majority of the people,
most people,
if you could get over, you will.
You get a break. If you get a break on something.
But you don't make your living and then go brag about it. Now, I'll say, oh, man, I got a steal at the show.
Yeah.
I ain't steal it.
And we talk about that.
I got a good deal.
We talk about that a lot, too, because, you know, I find stuff and I'm like, hey, I got a really good price, but I rarely will actually discuss the price of what I paid for something.
But you still paid a fair price for it.
In the long run.
In the long run, when that cookie finished crumbling, you paid a good, fair price.
Now, the argument that a lot of people will make, and I've seen this argument made, and I'm going to tell you how to counter this argument, because this is often thrown out there, and in my opinion, mostly it's thrown out by people who have probably burned somebody, and they want some self-justification. And the argument goes something like this. Okay, let's say you go to a yard sale and you see Incredible Hulk 181. All right? And for most of you, even if you don't collect comics, you know that's a valuable book. It's an expensive book. Hulk 181, and the guy's at the yard sale and he's got, say, $20 on it. He wants $20 for that book. The argument is they'll tell you, you're not going to go up to that person and say, this book's worth hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars. You're just going to buy it for $20. So you're no better than those dealers. That's the argument. Here's the reality of it, though. If you found it at a yard sale for $20, would you buy it for $20?
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, you probably would. But what you're not going to do is take the book up to the guy and say, you know what? $20, dude. I mean, it's probably worth $2. That's what you're not going to do, but that's what guys like $55 LCS guy did and do. Yeah. That's the difference, okay?
Yeah.
If they and these are the argument that they make is it's on the seller to do the research and to do this and that. They thought they were because they brought it to a professional.
Yeah. Now,
you know?
and I agree with that. Like, if you have a store, you in the flea market, you at a yard sale, and you're running it, and you're selling an item, and I bring this item up to you, and I say, how much is this book? And you said 10 cents. That's what you're getting. Because in your mind, you say, now, if I run a comic book shop, and you come to me and say, how much is this book worth? And I'll say, well, according to eBay, and show you, you could probably get $10 for this book.
I could probably do 4.
Yeah, I could probably give you, 5.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Okay, but if you selling it, and you already priced it, and you say this is 10 cents, that's all you're going to get. 10 cents. I'm serious, because you're the seller. You should know, I think. You should know. Or you should know what you want. Some people don't care. They just want to get rid of stuff.
That's true.
And I've been to those yard sales. I don't care.
Or they're too trusting. Like I said, that elderly couple, they went to the dealer, assumed, here's an expert. He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
But because someone had already told them, hey, this looks to me, I think this is probably worth about $650.
Yeah.
If they did not already have that in their minds, they probably would have gotten burned.
Yeah, they probably would have took the $55.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, well, it's gas money.
Yeah. And it reminds me when you had said that about another video we saw. The person was at a flea market and bought a book out of $1 bin, but the book was worth $2,000. And then they put it on YouTube, and everybody was like, oh, you should have told the person. No, he had a comic book store in a flea market, antique mall. Sorry,
okay.
Antique mall.
I can't believe anybody found a deal at an antique mall, but go ahead.
And it was in the box for $1.
Yeah.
And people make mistakes. We were at a comic book show and somebody
right.
did that with the first Predator.
Yeah,
they had it in the $5
right.
bin. And they mistakenly put it in there.
And the guy pulled it out and he's like, "You found it down there?" And he was like, "Well,
yeah,
I guess I got to eat that one.
Yeah.
Congratulations, dude."
Yeah,
you know?
we got to honor that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. That's my thoughts and feelings about it. Shoot.
That's typically the argument that's made, and I wanted to point that out.
Yeah.
That they tell you that it's on the seller, and I mean there is some responsibility to the seller.
Yeah.
But that responsibility goes both ways, and that now if somebody makes that argument, how you can respond to that and make them basically be quiet because it's annoying.
Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, you probably should look for somebody, maybe a person that is an actual collector will give you more. Because I know, like, we buy out collections.
Yeah.
And, we'll see and say, hey, this is what you have. This is what we can do. We're not going to be like, no, you got 8 long boxes and I'll give you $20 for the whole lot.
Yeah. Usually, the collections we bought out, they knew.
Yeah, they already
knew what they
had a
and
price.
They were just like, I just don't even care right now. I just want to get rid of them.
Yeah.
And it was a decent price.
And it was a steal.
Yeah.
But the person knew.
They knew.
And they're like, I don't want to be bothered with these books no more. Take them off of my hands. Mm-hmm. And that's basically what both of them said. They don't want to be bothered anymore. And they knew they had more than what they sold it for, but that's what they wanted to do. That's one thing. But if you just purposely screwing a person that doesn't know anything, that's a different story, I think.
Yeah. So, hey, thoughts, guys? Have you seen this? Have you experienced this?
Witnessed?
Yeah, have you?
Yeah, we've seen
been
this.
A witness. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure most have seen something like that. Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments section down below. Please do give the video a thumbs up if you get where we're coming from. Share it if you can. Subscribe if you knew, all of that good stuff. And if that's it, then what more can we say? But thanks for watching, and we will see you again soon.